Even though the stock market continues to hit record highs, the unfunded liability continues to grow.
401k, you have a set aside dollar amount each year, you put into an employee's account, and it's theirs. That's really where we have to go long term.
Hey everyone, it's State Rep Tom Morrison, and I am joined by a colleague, Representative Joe Sosnowski. Our pension funds as a state, the 5 state pension plans, they're invested in stocks and equities. Even though the stock market continues to hit record highs, the unfunded liability continues to grow. It's something that we keep bringing up year after year. So if a constitutional amendment is required, that's something that we should pursue, but also moving state employees and other public sector employees over to defined contribution plans. And so he and I have both sponsored some bills that would do that.
I'm with you, and I think Tom and I agree on a lot of the pension-related matters. The 401k, you have a set-aside dollar amount each year, you put into an employee's account, and it's theirs. They put it in the investment, maybe they match it. That's really where we have to go long term. You mentioned the unfunded liability. Each year, we're paying more and more just to keep the pension system, and not even where it's at. We put in more and more money, and the unfunded liability, as you mentioned, has grown. And we're in Illinois. We're one of the highest contributors as a percentage of income to pensions now. In fact, we may be number one. And the more money we put into benefits and pensions, we can't fix roads, we can't help schools, we can't do economic development, and it's a disservice to Illinois.
Yeah, or other just human services. When people say, hey, why aren't you doing more to help this situation or that situation? This is squeezing out the state's ability to fund other things. We didn't even have a rainy day fund to speak of when the pandemic started. States around us were able to weather the economic disruption. We had to go to the feds and borrow money, and I think we were one of the few entities in the country that took advantage of that federal loan opportunity, which of course now we've got to find the money to pay that back with interest.
Yep.
So it's not the way to run a state responsibly. Joe, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.